Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome to the Garden Report in Miami, where Sherrod and I just talked about that finish. Derrick White put back. Incredible last possession that everyone's going to remember forever, especially if the Celtics do go on to win this series in Game 7. The 8-point favorites on FanDuel. I think a lot of people are going to expect them to go back to Boston and close this out. But the post-game, just as unforgettable here. I do want to walk you through it. I think it's worth hitting on all the moments we saw after this game. I walked right off the court here into the tunnel after fighting by some angry Heat fans. There's bottles flying everywhere, cups just spilling the floor with liquids. How frustrated this crowd was to see what happened here once they finally figured it out. And as I said on post-game, was confused sitting up in the rafters too here in our seats, wondering what happened, because they went down by 1, which was confusing in itself because they had an extra free throw for Jimmy Butler there. And then they get this tip in where I'm wondering, did the ball ricochet and go back in? Did White put it back up and in? Was there enough time left? That's what everyone along the sideline was wondering. But I just went back, watched the video, and Luke Cornett's standing on the sideline, jumping up and down. The sideline knew Blake was ready to burst onto the court. They just needed that officials review to confirm it, and they confirmed it fast, and they just poured onto the court.
CLNS Media's Celtics coverage is brought to you by FanDuel. New customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's bonus bets back if your first bet doesn't win.
Finally get down on the floor, walk down into the hallway. I see Allison Feaster and Joe Mazzulla's wife embracing back there, giving each other a huge hug. I saw Steve Pagliuca, the Celtics owner, down there just ecstatic and wondering if they got someone for a heart issue, if anyone needs it after that one. And then, of course, Jalen to the podium in seconds. That never happens. Guys are shouting to him from the outside. It's like this little gated-off press conference area, and they're all yelling at him right after Joe Mazzulla went. And again, gave a lot of credit to Marcus Smart and Derrick White for setting up the read on that last play when Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown were blocked off. Hit the locker room from the corner. It's Al Horford. It's Marcus Smart. White's in the shower, so you don't see him yet. Tatum comes out soon enough. But it's Smart and Horford are sitting there, and Smart's just trying not to explode. He's trying to contain himself. He's also trying to treat his legs. He's clearly hurting after a long game. These guys played a ton of minutes tonight. And he's just saying one more. We got to get one more. We got to focus on one more. This was such a thrilling win here. But there's still one more to get. I mean, no one's going to remember this. It's not going to matter if they still go on to lose in Game 7. But what they've set themselves up to do here is really special. Smart ends up talking, and I asked him, what kept the team together? What did they do this for? They've fallen apart after Game 3. What rallied this group together? I know we've talked about golf and jobs on the line, of course, a big motivator too, this core's ability to stay together. And Smart said it was kind of defiance to the outside view that they were done. That's what he had to say.
I think for us it was, getting in that hole, getting down 3-0. It really turned, a lot of people against us on the outside world that was with us. And, we felt that. And we just, we came together and decided that, just stay the course. The guys that are in this locker room, these are the guys you need to lean on and nobody else, because nobody understands what we're going through. Nobody's been here before. Nobody's doing what we're doing. So just keep going and continue to trust one another.
So White goes to the podium too, and he got emotional here on the court after the game. I misread his dad's tweet too, and his dad sent out a great tweet. That's my boy. Also said first game winner. That's at the NBA level. I asked White that, and he said, I thought I had some out of Colorado, and might have. I'll text some people tonight about that for the story, but he seemed to remember him having some game winners at the college level. None here in the NBA level, of course, but this one's immortal. I mean, I know we've hated the Red Sox comparisons, or I have, but this is like one of those moments from that DVD that people in Boston watched a million times over. A moment like this where everyone in the crowd and at home's watching and the shot goes up and they basically lost. The season's about to end in devastating fashion, blowing a 10-point lead over the last 4 minutes. And it's just that lucky tip-in, the extra boost on the clock, I think went from 2.1 to 3 seconds. And it changes everything here. The Heat I wasn't over on their side. I did see Eric Spoelstra saying somehow, some way, we just got to go up to Boston and win. Well, they've said that 3 times now. Butler not worried after Game 4. After Game 5, said they're going to go sip some wine. Guarantees a win here in Game 6, and he had one on the 3 free throws. But the Celtics ripped it back and took advantage of those 3 seconds. Tatum took the podium and said, I wasn't even thinking about the season ending. I had to think about the last 3 seconds and what we were going to do there. And they ended up running. Pretty good play to get it done. Big stroke of luck actually pushing them through the finish line there. An incredible night here in Miami, a really special one to be a part of. I feel like I've said that so many times over the last 2 years here, but what a blessing to be in the building for this. Truly special moment for the Celtics, but they still need to get one more done. Monday night, Boston. We'll be back there. Josue Pavone. For our producer Ahmed, as well as A-Sherrod Blakely, who joined me in our other video. This has been Garden Report here. For all the post-game reaction, check out CLNS Media, and for that segment with Sherrod, Celtics All Access. The Celtics behind Derrick White's game winner, force a Game 7 here in Miami.
This segment of the Garden Report is brought to you by Factor. Visit factormeals.com/garden50 to get 50% off your first box. This edition of the Garden Report is also brought to you by Athletic Greens. Visit athleticgreens.com/garden for a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase.